Hi, Tim Morrison here with Cumulus Broadcasting. You might have heard me on 93.5 WRQN, and I give a husband's perspective of the journey of ovarian cancer. And with me right now is a survivor and an author, Sandie Bricker. And Sandie, when you moved from Florida to Ohio, you got involved with the Ovarian Cancer Connection in a kind of a unique way.
I did. I was invited to do a book signing, and they were going to do a sort of "This Is Your Life" thing before the book signing and talk about my experience of being a survivor. And so I found Jenny through a TV commercial, and I contacted her and I said, "Are you interested in coming to this?" And just talking to the ladies that come, I don't know how many there'll be. We were kind of thinking 50,
right?
And there were 200 women there.
Right. Maybe they bought your other books.
I hope so. We did do a book signing that night, and I was there a long time signing. So Jenny talked to all of them about what to expect, what the symptoms are, what they do for not just the patients but the families of patients, which is, you know, one of the reasons that was close to my heart, because I went through cancer completely alone. I was in a brand new place, barely knew a soul. I went there to take care of my mom until she passed, and 2 months later was diagnosed with cancer. So I went through my whole process, that grieving of, wow, I'm not going to make it, stage 3 ovarian, people don't make it, you know, to going through my treatment, doing all that alone. So when I heard about OCC and what they do, that just knocked me out, because I don't think anybody should ever go through cancer alone.
So you decided at that point, I want to be a voice, and I want to do what I can.
Yeah, I told Jenny, you know, I don't have a big name, but I do have readers.
Right.
So let's do a couple of things and see what happens. You know, so I've done some fundraising for them on my reader page, and I've gone out to different events and stuff.
Sandie Bricker with us right now, and now Sandie, you're a fiction writer by trade, right? I mean, how about give us a couple examples? What are a couple of the titles?
Well, my most popular series was called Another Emma Ray Creation series, and it was always the baker, never the bride, always the wedding planner, never the bride, always, you know, always everything. There were 4 books in that series, and then the one that I wrote about my experience with ovarian cancer was Raw Edges, which was a girl in Florida kind of finding what it is to be the one that's left standing, you know, when everybody else maybe doesn't.
Was it autobiographical, or was it more of a
okay? It was fiction,
right?
But there was a lot of me in there and in my experience, and I used a real life group. The Overcome Support Group in Florida was, you know, just gracious enough to allow me to use the real people in the group and their name and some of their fundraising things. So it was really a special experience, and I didn't really want to do it, because you know, who wants to relive that? So when my publisher asked me if I would write it, I was like, well, I'd really rather not. So she called my agent, and so my agent contacted me and said, this is a really good thing. And then I talked to the editor again and realized I might actually have something to say about it.
I think when you flesh it out, if you think it through as a voice and an accomplished writer, and if you're able to reach, you know, that medium, then why not try it? You know.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful.
It turned out to be a really great experience. I have no regrets.
And it's called Raw Edge?
Raw Edges.
Raw Edges.
Yeah.
Is it on the bestseller list, New York Times still, or can you get it?
Here's hoping. Well, you can get it.
You can look for it on Amazon, and then maybe another book signing party might be in the future.
Be great.
All right, wonderful. Yeah. Sandie Bricker with us here with the Ovarian Cancer Connection. And I think one of the messages that you're providing for us is to be a voice, you know, and volunteerism is so important today. And knowing that cancer touches so many of our lives, that here's a wonderful way to help out.
I hope so.
All right.
That's the plan.
Well, we hope to see you at the walks and everything else that we're doing here in Northwest Ohio as well.
Thanks. I'll be wherever I can to
Wonderful.
help.
Thank you so much for your help. Sandie Bricker here with the Ovarian Cancer Connection.